Very good book. Interesting to read. Shout out to all my new subscribers. Peace to all my Universal fam. Got another book review. God, the Black Man, and the Truth by Ammi. Let's kick it.
I been official, big dog in the yard. Voted most likely to murder every birthday I start.
Now, this is a very good book, especially if you're into knowledge and old school black consciousness. This is not a very old book, but this is a very, very interesting read. If you like to deep dive into the Bible, and let me say this, I am not a Hebrew Israelite. The author, and I guess you want to say the leader, is Ammi. He's a Hebrew Israelite. And this book is not, like trying to persuade you into being a Hebrew Israelite, but this is a very good book. And the fact that he includes, or most of this book includes, a lot of teachings of the Bible. It makes you go back into the Bible, the old classic, even though I don't subscribe to all the teachings of the Bible, and to each his own, whatever floats your boat. But you can get some real good game out of this book. And it's from, like I said, a Hebrew Israelite perspective. Oh, before we get started, I started this book, see that date? So that was February 12th, 2018. And look how long it took me to complete that. September 18th, 2018. I was tripping. I probably had a lot going on, and I probably put it down. And ain't no telling what I had going on. But I read it one time, and it was a couple of interesting things going on in this book, that I'll point out. And like I said, how it starts out. Who were and are the black Hebrew Israelites? Like I said, that's his denomination, that's his theology, and that's where he's coming from. But like I said, the title, The God, the Black Man, and the Truth, it he gives a short chronology of events leading up to slavery. It even has modern events. It even has parallels from the teachings in the Bible, and I guess you want to call prophecy, because he often speaks of the word prophecy in his book. But it's interesting. It's interesting. Like on this part in chapter 1, it was talking about the 6-day war in Israel in 1967. I like to point out certain things because I get different game out of books when people ask me, why I get my slick mouth from, and why I be coming up with certain things that I be talking about. I read books, I don't be on the internet. See, when you be on the internet, right, I'm gonna show you something about just being a cool black man. And people say you always got good one-liners, and you always got something to say, and you can kind of hold a conversation throughout, a broad spectrum of different people. It's reading these books, for real though. The African Hebrew Israelites do not subscribe to any religion allowing for the unifying in principle and righteousness of all men, whereas religion has become a stumbling block to unity. And that's when I first started my journey in knowledge. Naturally, especially in black consciousness, I don't really diss any school of thought or any theology, but you'll bump into a lot of Hebrew Israelites. That's like one of the main groups who chopping your head off with knowledge and giving you they side of the story. But before I started my journey, I guess you want to say, in black consciousness, I always thought Hebrew Israelites, since they subscribe to the Bible, that that was a religion. But you know, he said they don't subscribe to a religion. You know, that was just a note. You know, something else I had underlined. You know, it was just a good thought. You know, the beginning of every substance is thought. Before substance can be manifested, there must be thought. Thought is spirit, the unseen, but does not remain unseen. The thoughts of a man are soon revealed in the substance of deeds which follow those thoughts. That was a cold one. The thoughts of a man are soon revealed in the substance of deeds which follow those thoughts. You know, that's a cold piece, man. You know, like I said, it ain't all about trying to follow somebody else's religion, but you pick up game. You know, that's what this all about. You know, this is for my youngsters, you know what I'm saying? My youngsters are always saying, yo, man, what you reading on and what you on this week. You know, well, I'm going to give y'all, you know, what I've been on. You know, a little bit of it. You know, most of it, you got to travel on the path by yourself. Church. Now, this is another one, you know, that, you know, kind of live by, and, you know, kind of take with you on your journey. To seek and serve a living God, a man must maintain a living body and mind, fed with the life-giving live foods, the fresh fruit, green vegetables, and herbs of the field diet, which God gave to the original man. Peace to the gods. And right up under that, the blood and organs of the flesh of dead animals can only produce its counterpart. Take that into consideration, you know, when you're going about your diet. Also, in his book, even though he's a Hebrew Israelite, he has a whole quote by the most honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. You know, that's why I love that old school consciousness. You know, that new school is cool, but you know, people like to diss the old teachers and throw away the old so-called elders. You know, I don't like to call all of them elders because all of them not my elders. Also, he gives his interpretation on how every day of the week is supposed to go. You know, supreme mathematics, you know. But they wait. You know, that's cool just to sit back and just look. You know, just how everybody has certain things, like especially when you into theology and, you know, old school ancient mythology, you see how everybody has a system on how every day is supposed to go. You know, that's cool. But you know, it's cool just to see how all the theologies and all the ancient schools of thought and way of living had a daily routine or something that they did that was specific to that day of the week. You know, today's mathematics, you know what I'm saying? That's what we call it. What's today's mathematics? But, you know, that's just cool to see. And, you know, kind of add that up. Advance the knowledge, but don't throw away all the old teachings. And, you know, like I said, and don't throw away your old books. You know, go back in it. In this book, like I said earlier, you know, it pulls a lot from the Bible, but it was one thing in the Bible, you know, that I didn't quite understand back in the days. I just used to hear people say it, and you really don't get deep like that with the pastors, or even in what they call it, Bible study. But in this book, he talked about the scribes, which were the writers, the Pharisees, which were the educators, and the Sadducees, which were the religious institutions. Now I know that the Hebrew Israelite teachings, you know, they deal with Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, if I ain't mistaken. You know, they deal with the first 4 or 5 books of the Bible, and you know that's something that I always used to hear, but I never really saw nobody kind of expound on, except maybe once or twice. A couple of white Jewish people, you know, was talking about it on something that I was watching. But you know, the scribes, the Pharisees, and the Sadducees. You know, you see, and you don't even really hear that in daily conversations with people who are Bible thumpers, you know. But he gives a modern description of those titles. The scribes being the news media, the Pharisees being the educational institutions, and the Sadducees, you know, still being religious institutions. You know. But hey man, I'm always a truth seeker, so I'm always lay it out on a platter like it don't matter, man. But God, the Black Man, and the Truth by Ammi. Go check that out. It's the bearded Heru. Yo, go check them other videos out. Done some cold pieces. Come on and like and subscribe so you can come on and vibe what you got. It's the bearded Heru, and everything is real. Peace.
I been official. Big